The person I knew Tupac as, he was like very intelligent, and to me, like, society and people who always talk bad about him had the wrong vision of what kind of person he really was. I mean, everybody has done crazy things before or get put off in the wrong situations with the wrong type of people and wrong surroundings, but he's not a bad person. To me, I think he had a lot of sense and he was very intelligent.
He stands out as a warrior. He was always, I guess, fighting for a cause of freedom, you know, I guess to get free on the outside when, you know, in reality, the freedom is inside, and he was just dealing with so much. So, you know, he was just always warring for us and making us understand that he was within the struggle with us.
Now we're going to go into a video from the late, great Tupac featuring JoJo and Casey. This song is incredible. I bumped it when it first came out, and I still bump it to this day. Pac, I will miss you, but you'll always be here. Check it out.
Tupac was an old soul, an old spiritual soul, knowing things, having the wisdom of someone having been here for 70 years, that was shoved into this crazy 17-year-old body. She used to tell me, yeah, but I'm not your typical 23-year-old. And after I knew him for 2 or 3 years, he used to say, put that in the legacy. Write that down in the legacy. And I thought, boy, this ain't no legacy. And it was.
Heard that Tupac was shot, and then like later on down the line they said that he had passed away. It was like real shocking, but I feel that what the Lord does is like put things in front of you to show you like lessons. I mean, like it goes back to even the easy thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because children, they look up, and not just children, but like people our age, you know what I'm saying, they look up to the people that they see on the TV screen and what they hear. And I just think it was a big lesson.
I heard he made a record about me, and he was in New York, and nobody from New York is really, they talk it, man, but all them companies don't really hold it down. And what happened was, you know what I mean, he was in my town, so, you know, me and my crew was there, so we stepped it him and Suge, and, you know, we wanted them to tell us what was up, you know what I mean, because we like this guy's music, but he can't be in my town dissing me. Right. So what happened was we went to him and stepped to him, and the brother was like, nah, I'm from New York, man, me and you, Nas, we like this, don't never let nothing come between us. And he told me that I'm going to hear a lot of things that he said about me, and he's going to hear a lot of things that I said about him, but put it past us, and we powerful people, and let's move ahead. And we shook hands and said we'll talk on a later note. 3 days later, he was gone, and we never got a chance to really talk.
When you think the end could be near, you're going to want the people, you're going to want the world to know everything that you got inside. That's why he stayed in the studio. He stayed making something new, because he had so much in a little time to tell.
Tupac, what did he mean to me? It was a little weird being in the presence of Tupac, and we're very similar. Similar to the point where we almost clashed. Both Geminis, and it was almost like 4 people being in a room. You know, and I don't know if this has any significance, but I was born on an odd day, the 27th, and he was born on the 16th, which equals to 7, an odd day, and we were odd. It was very odd when we were together.
I'll be missed, you know what I'm saying, his music. I mean, the way I knew him, he was a sentimental cat, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't as hardline as everybody presented him.
I was very saddened, truthfully, at the tragic and senseless loss of such a multi-talented young man.
I got a chance to go to his house a few months before he passed on, and it was weird. It was a very weird experience, because everything that was in my cabinets was in his cabinets. down to the seasonings in the kitchen, you know, the types of food that we ate, the pot set, the chairs that we sat in. I look at the way his life was, and I don't know, I see a lot of that in me.
Tupac was just himself, free to be him. He didn't care what nobody had to say about him. He was being himself. He was a sweet person, a kind person, but nobody could change his mind about the lyrics he wanted to write or the image he wanted to portray. He was just the person he wanted to be.
He showed love to everybody he met. I don't care who they was, where they was from. East Coast, West Coast, wherever. You know what I mean? We had in Morning Till I Join You, damn, I wish they would have known how much you love New York. And then after he passed, it was like, I wish he would have seen how much New York loved him.
Notorious ain't dead. Tupac ain't dead. They exist within me. You know, well, see, when the odd so-called, they came to me and they said, Dirty, wake up, yo, man. I said, well, look, come on in. So they're not dead. They live with me now. You know, they right here. My name is, that's why they call me Osiris the Father now. You know, because I went to the next dimension. You know, I already mastered all the human lessons. I had to leave that alone. You know what I mean? I had to go, you know, to the other dimension where it's all thought. You know, you know, we call it the land of nobody. You know, so Tupac is right here, and Big Small's right here. They're just on my shoulders. You just gotta see them. They're there.
Do you think that those kinds of killings will go on?
Well, if it does, then it does. Hey, that's life. See, life and death is the same.
Them killings been going on since day one. It's just people ain't recognize it till it happened to somebody famous, you know? We've been crying out since fucking day one, man.
Somebody famous.
Come on, man. You know
Malcolm
what I'm
X.
saying? Word.
Who else? You want me to name about 1,000 of them? Jesus?
Come on, man. My man Case. Ain't nobody cry when my man got blamed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it goes on and on. You know how many Biggie Smalls and Tupacs there is out there, man? That fell victim. You know, we was brought up in a system that didn't give a fuck about us. That's why we live in the conditions that we live in. And then as we get older, it's like our black sisters get a better chance than we do.
And my people,
because they're so threatened by us, man.
I'm not crazy at all, okay? Everybody always saying that Dirty is crazy. Dirty is not crazy at all. Dirty just foresee a lot that a lot of people don't foresee.
We met at Baltimore School of the Arts. It was the first day, and he came over to me and introduced himself. And in high school, Pac was a little funny looking. Definitely, from looking at him, wasn't necessarily like the type of cat that I would even like deal with, you know. But as soon as he approached me, he was like a magnet. It was like once you paid attention to him, he kind of sucked you in. And we hit it off from that moment on. He would tell me all the time, Jada, you're going to be a star. You know what I mean? I'm like, Pac, come on. He's like, you're going to be a star. You got it. You just got it. I don't think either one of us really thought that we would have made it in the way that we did. But we knew we were going to do something. He was one of my best friends. He was like a brother. And sorry. He was I mean, it was beyond friendship for us, you know, as far as just, it was really difficult to explain because the type of relationship we had, you only get that once in a lifetime, so he was like a brother, father figure to me. Very protective, and we took really good care of each other. We took really good care of each other, the best that we could. But we gave each other a lot.
Tupac loved Death Row. Tupac loved me, I loved him. You'd ask Tupac that question, that was he planning on leaving Death Row, he definitely would cuss you out.
Tupac was one of the first people to break Hollywood and do movies and whatever, sell 5 million records. It's hard for rap artists to do that, especially with it being his 3rd or 4th album. I think it's his 3rd album. But what I'm saying, it's hard to do your 3rd album and sell 5 million joints. If you in this rap game, you know what I'm talking about, you understand what I'm saying? And it's hard to get into movies and be a good actor at this, you know what I'm saying? I just think overall we lost one of the best artists in this little rap game it is.
He been everywhere. He lived in New York, Oakland, here, there. He had so many stories. He had so many, you know what I mean? Everybody else was from one hood. We could tell you about how it is in our hood. He could tell you about how it was in different hoods all over. He could tell you about how it was in the Black Panthers. He could tell you, you know what I mean? So anybody who didn't listen to Pac and just shrugged off what he was saying is just this nigga just out here talking or whatever. It was missing a jewel. It was missing something that they could have took with for the rest of their life, and I'm glad that I was. He was so much of an influence. You know, he with me forever. You know what I mean? For life.
Tupac is the largest selling rap artist, you know, and I think that's because of his consistency and his work ethic. You know, there's still new albums that haven't been fully, you know, released on his music. There's new music to come like that. It's not even over yet. You know, like when people have sightings of Elvis material he's our Elvis.